Hello everybody and welcome back to G4G Games for Gamers. I'm your host, Napalm Dawn, and today we are taking a look at the new high PvP bonus items, and we're going to discuss whether or not you should purchase them and the risks that you take. So on sale today we have Swashbuckler Nightcrawler, and as you can see the scrapper one's available because I have the Infiltrator. You have his Mystic Shroud ISO, which was very popular back in the day. This combination right here saw a lot of PvP playtime. It is good if the Mystic is not available for you. I would suggest this combination, as it will go ahead and set you up for having the Mystic Shroud if you need it on a boss fight, on a regular fight, in PvP. It's not a bad way of doing it. It's just a matter of, again, whether or not you want to farm for this particular item. But hey, you know, 30 gold for a Mystic Shroud-ish thing is not bad. And it is just as powerful. The only thing you are losing is the ability to cause obsolete tech. But they act exactly the same at the beginning of combat. They can be scrolled off, and they can never be reapplied. So over here we have the weather control device, and we have the new PvP items. The Kree helmet, the Monster's Jaw, the Nova Star, and we have the old items on sale 6 for 6. So these are 1 gold apiece, and these are 2. Considering the difference in potency, you are better off spending your gold on the new items. However, you run an extremely inherent risk in doing it. It essentially puts you in a different class of opponents when you are doing PvP, and that is both defensively and offensively. First, I want to go ahead and show you an example of somebody who's doing it right. This guy by the name of Hawk. You can see his rank is 1375, so it's not bad. He's not really done a lot of attacks, but his win percentage is pretty good. He's skewed to offense both on attack and defense. And we can see his gear. He's got some relatively good things. The Savage Sphere, the Quick Action Psychic Amplifier. He's got a scroll. He looks like he's got some decent ISOs in there. Not too sure what he's running over there. On here, his defensive team ran the Savage Sphere, the Voodoo Staff, which absolutely destroyed his Quicksilver thanks to my Blackest Void. And we look at his heroes. His heroes are pretty solid. We see some chapter masteries in there. He's up to date. His tournament, he's hit Ada. By the way, the background soundtrack is brought to you by Bastion, which is probably available on sale for Steam, and I played the demo of it back on the Xbox 360. So we see Havoc, we see some X-Force suits, we see Cable, we see Rescue, we see Magneto, we see Alt Rogue, we see a Thane, we see an Alt Daredevil, but a standard Quicksilver. So, I mean, this guy's got heroes. He's got the new Crystal, he's got Molly, he's got Karnak. He's got Fixer, so we know this guy's been a Vibranium and Adamantium player in the past. If we look at his armory, we gotta pop back over to it. This guy did the right thing. And this is kind of an example of somebody who is doing the right thing for the new items. So he's got a row of jaws over there, he's got some jaws on the offense. Up to date with the grenades, the Karnak Fist, the medallions. He's got some more jaws on offense over here. So he didn't go big, but he didn't go little either. He went middle of the pack. That's a decent balance. Now, if we look at somebody like TNT ERICK over here, this is a guy who I should not have been fighting. Look at this. 4 fatty crystals. All fatty crystals except for 2. That's the guy's offense. All fatty crystals again except for 3. And you know, there's nothing that special about his gear over here. It's popular meta items over the, you know, over the recent PvPs. But look, no E-ISO, fatty crystals. Like, what is this guy doing? Tournament rank. Look at this Season 2. He's never mastered a chapter. He's hit Vibranium and Adamantium somewhere in there. Maybe even the Angel season where everybody got Ada. But then you look at his armory and look at what he did. He went big on the armory items. Bunch of Nova Stars, couple helmets. I think he even had some jaws in the beginning. Yeah, some jaws over there. This is somebody who went big, but his hero bonus is not enough. This guy put himself in an upper echelon of players and does not have the hero bonus to survive. You have to hope for the lucky punch out, which he didn't get. And then his defense, thanks to the heroes, was just too weak. He got ripped apart. So this is an example of somebody who is doing it wrong. This guy over here, UZCATEGUI, who is probably a armory. There's some jaws, some weaker, I mean, honestly, phase projectors, get rid of this shit. Phase projectors over here. This guy went small. He only got a few items, a little less than the first guy we looked at. And again, never made it to Adamantium, and only 2 of the chapters done. This is a weak person. This is not a person that should have been defending against me in my hero bonuses. I mean, at least this guy's ISOs are up to date, and he has the last, you know, he's got the Scrapper Fist suit, but I mean, Ionic Sledge and Sudden Support, the Mysterium Manifold, it's not really gonna do a hell of a lot over here. One round that things can't crit. Just, this guy should not have been competing with me, but the armory items brought him up to my level and made it happen. Let me see. These guys don't stand out, but let's see. Alright, so this guy was jacked. Oh, yeah, the guy who was jacked up with all Nova Stars. Humongous bonus. I mean, 32-32 and 32-32. Never made it to Adamantium. And 1 season rank. So this guy is living by his armory bonus. His heroes are decent, but he's got some retarded ones like Avengers Thor over here. Stock. Well, he's got movie Star-Lord, which is stock in Star-Lord's case. And he's got some newer heroes now. At least he has a Phoenix 5, Emma Frost, and he has Crystal, standard Black Hat, movie Rocket Raccoon. He's got Molly, but he's got standard Daredevil, does have Morbius and Blade, so he seems to do his Spec Ops and everything, but I bet you, let's see if he has Volstagg around here. Alright, so he does have Volstagg. Avengers Hawkeye, I think that is Avengers Black Widow, I can't exactly tell, but it's definitely Avengers Iron Man. Stock Johnny Blaze. It's just not... This guy shouldn't have been competing with me, and it's the armory items that push him up there to do it. And when you punch through the initial onslaught of high armory people and your defense comes into play, forget about hit points. Your defense comes into it. The actual, like, ignore defense people, or things that just defense is not a factor, like dots. You are doing damage, excuse me, let me rephrase that. When your hit points are out of the way, and you're using ignore defense, or you're using dots that don't care about your hit points, your hero bonus from your defense is just not going to be good, and you're going to be tissue paper, and you're going to get ripped up. That's why you need to be very, very careful when you get the high bonus PvP armory items. You need to make sure that your hero bonus can withstand it. And a lot of these people that I fought today could not. And they were just simply ripped up, and nothing was a real challenge today, because I've bumped myself into that high armory level over here, and I'm kind of getting the dregs at the bottom. Instead of being high vibranium standard people, I'm now fighting low vibranium people with high armory bonuses. So when I get into adamantium, that's where the real test will be. But unless you're a whale and you go super big and replace everything, it's just not worth it. I wouldn't do it this season. The matchmaking is skewed. So hope you guys enjoyed this video over here. Happy New Year. Hope maybe I was able to explain what was going on with these new items. And yeah, take care everybody. See you next year.